Hello guys. All right, so we are obviously in the car and I need to run an errand, and I figured today would be a good day to check in with you guys, chat for a few minutes, and yeah. So the video that I did a couple of days ago, depending on when you guys watched it, I wanted to say thank you for sharing your stories in the comments of that video. Anytime I make a video, I don't know who it's going to resonate with, or who needs to hear the message that I'm saying, or what. But when I do the video, and then, like I said, even if it's one person who says that they got something out of it, it just always makes me feel really good. And I recognize so deeply how important feeling appreciated at work is. And on the flip side of it, I also understand how hard it is to kind of plan your next step and come up with a decision. I think that a lot of us like the feeling comfortable. I do too. And that's something that I've experienced before, where it's like, well, I know that I'm not appreciated. I know that I could be doing better elsewhere, but I've been here for however long, and it would just be easier to stay where I'm at instead of trying to leave. I really hope that makes sense. It's like, even if you know that it will be better for you in the long run, it's a little tough sometimes to work up the energy to actually send out one resume. And sometimes it's a fact of, well, I don't feel like updating my resume. It's not even been updated in 5 years or 8 years or 7 months, like however long. I was sitting there thinking about Jordan Cheyenne. And you guys know I did a few videos about her a few weeks ago when everything happened. Everything fell apart with her being a human being, online. And we all saw it. I shared my opinions, and I think that some of us have sort of been just like sitting back. Now it's like, okay, is she going to come back? Like, because it is interesting to watch this from the stance of, it's not super often when something like this happens and someone just like, their whole channel goes dark and you have everyone under the sun talking about them. I mean, I know that we've had like big scandals before, but if you think about like Jeffree Star and James Charles and Shane Dawson and stuff, yeah, stuff has happened with them, but they haven't taken their channels completely down, at least not that I saw. So it is interesting, but this whole thing with Jordan is quite it has been quite interesting. But either way, I was thinking about reacting to this video that I was sent, that she put up, but I've kind of sat on it, and I don't think that a whole reaction is necessary. I just don't think that it deserves a video all on its own, but I want to kind of share this with you guys, and I'll put in a clip after I kind of tell you the general synopsis of it. So several years ago, she decided to do a story time kind of video about the birth of her son. And essentially, she exposed herself as tricking her boyfriend at the time to getting her pregnant. And when I saw this video, I was so shocked, because I'm sitting there like, hold the phone, because first of all, you just don't do that. First and foremost, I do not believe in this trickery and not taking birth control pills, or not using protection and not telling the other person. To me, that is just not what you do in a functioning relationship. You don't trick each other. You don't lie to each other. And most importantly, you don't bring an innocent child into this world where both people were not fully on board with having this child. It's wrong. What Jordan said in the video is that she stopped taking her birth control for a few days intentionally so that she could get pregnant. And I'll put in the whole, I'll put in the clip just so you guys can hear it from her.
And one of my best friends got pregnant, basically. So I was dating this guy, and then my best friend was dating this other guy. They were both best friends, so we always hung out as like a group of four. And I always knew that I wanted kids. I didn't know how early that I wanted kids. And at this time, I was really in love with my ex, which is my son's dad, and I thought we were going to stay together forever and all this stuff. And my friend ended up getting pregnant, and she started going through her pregnancy journey, and we would always go out and buy clothes for her kid and like just set up everything. And I could see the joy that she had because she was going to be a mom, and her boyfriend at the time was super supportive, and he was like so excited as well that they were gonna have a baby. And I just looked at their situation, and I thought it was really bringing them closer together, which is like what everyone always wants. You want like that little family. I know now having a kid will not necessarily bring you closer together. It will not make that person marry you. It won't make that man stay unless in his heart he wants to stay. So you don't need to leave that type of comment in the video. This was like years ago. I did have a different mindset. Yeah, she ended up getting pregnant, and then I feel like just a bunch of my friends or people I knew at the time were getting pregnant, and I was getting like crazy baby fever. I wasn't really too into YouTube yet or having any type of like career that I loved, so I wasn't really like going hard at work. I didn't really have too much like going for me, and I just wanted something to fill that space and that void in my life. At that time I was taking Yaz, which is the birth control, the pill that you take every day, and I remember a few times skipping it on purpose because I kind of, I don't know if it's 100% I got pregnant on purpose, but I did want a kid. I didn't realize at that time how much responsibility and financial responsibility and like how much work a kid is in general. I did not know that at that time. I just wanted like a little family, and I thought I was going to stay together with this guy who turned out later to not even want to be a father figure, and now of course we're not together and I will never get back with him. But that was just the mindset I had at the time. So I do remember a few times I had skipped my pill, and then I had woke up the next morning and I was really freaked out. So I took 2 the next day, because if you miss one of those, you can take 2 the next day and then you'll be back on track and you're fine. I would wake up and tell myself like, girl, you did not just skip that yesterday. Like, your ass is really gonna get pregnant. Like, it's really gonna happen. So take 2 and fix your mistake. And then I had done that. I think I had done that like 3 or 4 times. And then like a month went by and I was like really consistent on the pill. And then I don't know, I think I missed it again. If something went wrong with my Yaz is basically what I'm saying. I know it's my fault. Like it was like the choice that I made at the time. And I did end up getting pregnant. And yeah, you guys know my son, he's about to be 3.
But before she explains this, she also says how one of her friends at the time was having a child with her significant other, and she makes it seem like she's one of those people who believes that a child is going to create happiness, longevity, a genuine relationship. Like, the delusions are so real. It's baffling to me, and I understand that a lot of people really strive to have a child. That's like their only life goal, relationship goal, is to raise a child. And if that's your personal decision, that's great. A child is not going to mend a broken relationship. A child is not going to make someone stay with you if they don't want to stay in the relationship. A child is going to create a brand new responsibility for your household. And I'm not going to go into all the details because it's pretty clear. It's really obvious all the things that kids need, so I'm not going to go down that kind of path. But to hear an influencer sit on their channel and admit to something so selfish and so reckless, I know that a lot of them don't have any self-awareness. And this was also a few years ago, so it wasn't right now. But hearing that she did that, to me, it kind of foreshadowed, in my personal opinion, that she looks at her child as a prop. I know a lot of family vloggers look at their kids as props. I think that we've seen that from several of them firsthand. But to hear her say that about herself before her child was even brought into the world just really spoke volumes to me. Sorry guys. So what I was saying, I really want to know, what do you guys think about this? Do you think that it's one of those situations where she was just young and being silly about it? Like, you know, and I get, like, we've all done things when we were young that probably not super proud of, but when it comes to something so important and so vital as bringing a child into this world that didn't ask to be here, because you think that it's going to save your relationship, make the person love you more, give you the perfect life by having a baby, like, I don't know if I can necessarily attribute all of that to her just being young. I think it says a lot about her moral code and her character. So I will be right back and we will continue talking about this. All right, guys, I'm back. I'm not kidding. I might have overdressed with this sweater today because it feels quite toasty. My car always gets really hot though. So anyway, I know that some people will listen to this video and be like, oh, well, you're not a mom, so you don't know what, like, y'all know how it goes. So I'm already prepared for those comments because I can already see them rolling in. But I just don't think that that is normal behavior to trick someone into impregnating you. Typically, if you're on birth control, then your partner is aware of it and there's an understanding on both ends of what birth control is. Like, we learn about this when, you know, we're how old? You know, some learn about it a little earlier than others, and, you know, whatever your journey is, that's fine. But when you're on birth control, there's a mutual understanding of what that means. And yes, of course, birth control is not 100% accurate, and I know that mistakes happen and stuff, but to hear her say that she intentionally would skip her birth control was just, it just felt like trickery. And I get it, okay? Am I saying that I've never maybe told a little white lie to my significant other? Yeah, I have. You know, if he asked me how much I spent at Target and I spent $100, maybe I told him it was $70. Like, things like that are so insignificant. When I think of literally a child being brought into the world, this is not even comparable, and it's really gross that she would do that, and to do it under the impression that it's going to validate your relationship, make your relationship better, give you this idea of a perfect life. No, those are all wrong. None of that. Now, here's the thing. Is having a child a very exciting time in a couple's life? Yes, absolutely. As long as both of those people are, you know, on board and informed of what's actually happening. But if one is thinking that the, if the husband or the boyfriend is thinking that the woman is on birth control, and then all of a sudden you blindside him and say, oh yeah, I'm pregnant. Did she tell him that it was a mistake? Did she actually confess to skipping her birth control? I don't know. Jordan Cheyenne, who knows what she will do? Who knows if she will make a comeback? I don't know. I don't really care if she makes a comeback. I don't think that she deserves a platform. I'll say that much. So while I don't care if she comes back, for me personally, that's one thing. But as far as being against anything, I would be against her being successful online after being exposed for emotionally manipulating her child. And by the way, I hope that that sweet little puppy Rosie is okay. Obviously, she's not updating anyone because she ran away from the internet, but considering that the video that got her into, you know, all of this mountain of shit that she's in, you would think that since the topic of that video was something so tragic, I don't know, maybe there could be a YouTube community page post or something. If if you're gonna hide all your videos, that's one thing. I don't know, like, the whole thing is just so stupid. It really is. What do you guys think about that? What do you think about the trickery of not taking birth control and having a baby under the blanket of, oh, this is going to make my relationship good? That's just such a young, stupid, naive way of thinking. And like I said before, we've all been young and naive and stupid at one point in our lives, but for me, it crosses over into a different territory when we're talking about a child being brought into the picture. For now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.